What's up, everyone, and welcome back to LoreLab Tokyo. Today we re-diving deep into one of the most talked about non-collaborations in the streaming world, Asmongold and HasanAbi. These two are absolute titans of Twitch, commanding massive audiences, but you'll never see them on stream together. Why? The answer is a lot more complex than you might think, and it reveals a fundamental clash of ideologies that defines the current streaming landscape. Let's get into it. First, let's set the stage. On one side, you have Asmongold, the king of MMORPGs, a self-proclaimed professional neckbeard who built an empire on World of Warcraft. His content is all about gaming, unfiltered opinions, and a community-first approach. He's known for his raw, often chaotic streams, and a persona that feels both larger than life and incredibly relatable to his core gaming audience. Asmongold's world is Azeroth, loot drops, and legendary gaming moments. On the other side, you have Hasan or HasanAbi. He started out on the Young Turks and exploded on Twitch as a political commentator. Hasan is the face of leftist political streaming, breaking down complex news stories, debating controversial topics, and championing socialist ideals. His streams are a mix of reacting to news, playing games, and engaging in hours-long political discourse. His world is cable news, social justice, and political theory. So we have the gaming king and the political prince. Both are incredibly successful, both are masters of their craft, but their content philosophies are worlds apart. And this is where the core of the issue begins. Fans have been clamoring for a collaboration for years. Imagine the viewership, the memes, the epic debate. It would be a crossover event of legendary proportions. But whenever it's brought up, Asmongold shuts it down. And his reasoning is surprisingly consistent and goes right to the heart of what he believes his channel is for. Asmongold has stated multiple times, very clearly, that he sees no benefit in collaborating with Hasan. From his perspective, their audiences and content are just too different. He believes that a collaboration would inevitably turn into a political debate. And for Asmongold, that's a lose-lose situation. He has said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that his platform is an escape for people. It's a place to forget about the stresses of the real world, to dive into fantasy realms, and just have fun. He wants his stream to be a refuge from the constant political battles that dominate so much of online life. Think about it from his point of view. His viewers come to watch him slay dragons in World of Warcraft, not to hear a 2-hour debate on economic policy. Bringing Hasan onto his stream would inject a heavy dose of the very thing he tries to shield his community from. Asmongold feels it would alienate his core audience and fundamentally change the vibe of his channel, turning it from a gaming haven into another political battleground. He's built his brand on being the everyman gamer, and he's fiercely protective of that identity. For him, a collab with Hasan would be a betrayal of what his channel stands for. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this isn't just about two streamers not getting along. It's a clash of two fundamentally different approaches to content creation. Hasan's entire brand is built on the idea that everything is political. He believes that ignoring politics is a form of privilege, and that content creators with large platforms have a responsibility to use their voice to talk about important social issues. For Hasan, you can't separate gaming from the real world because the real world, with all its political complexities, affects everyone, including gamers. So you have Asmongold's escapism versus Hasan's political engagement. One creator says, "Let's keep politics out of it," while the other says, "Politics is in everything." This is the fundamental, irreconcilable difference that makes a collaboration impossible. It's not personal beef. It's a philosophical divide. Asmongold isn't saying he hates Hasan. In fact, he's been relatively respectful when discussing him. He's simply saying their brands are incompatible. Wait, before we continue, this deep dive took a ton of research. If you're enjoying it, could you do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like? It really helps our small channel grow and lets us keep making videos like this for you. Thanks, you're a legend. Alright, back to the lore. So where did this schism really start? We can trace it back to the increasing polarization of online spaces. As Twitch grew, it became more than just a gaming platform. It became a hub for all kinds of content, including politics. Hasan was at the forefront of this shift, proving that there was a huge appetite for political commentary on the platform. At the same time, a sentiment grew among many gaming communities that politics was invading their hobby spaces. This created a cultural rift on Twitch, with creators and their communities often falling into one of two camps: the politically engaged or the staunchly apolitical. Asmongold and Hasan became the unofficial figureheads of these two opposing movements. Asmongold became a symbol for gamers who just wanted to game, free from what they saw as preachy or divisive political talk. Hasan became the champion for those who believed that social responsibility was paramount, even in entertainment. This isn't a simple right versus left thing either. It's about the very purpose of entertainment. Is it purely for escape, or does it have a greater social duty? Over the years, there have been a few flashpoints. There were moments during major online dramas or real-world events where the two streamers would offer vastly different takes, highlighting their opposing worldviews. For example, during discussions about streamer pay, unionization, or corporate practices in the gaming industry, Hasan would analyze it through a systemic, political lens, while Asmongold would focus more on individual responsibility and market dynamics. Their commentary on the same event would sound like it was coming from two different planets. These moments only reinforced their separate identities and further solidified the unlikelihood of a collab. Asmongold has even joked that if they did collaborate, it would just be them yelling at each other, which wouldn't be productive or entertaining for his audience. He knows his strength lies in gaming content, and he's smart enough not to stray too far from what made him successful. He's a businessman as much as he is a streamer, and from a business perspective, the risk of alienating his massive, loyal fanbase far outweighs the potential reward of a temporary viewership spike from a crossover. Hasan, for his part, seems more open to the idea, at least in theory. He's collaborated with a wide range of creators, including those he disagrees with. His format is built for debate and discussion, but he also understands Asmongold's position. He knows that coming on Asmongold's stream would force a dynamic that Asmongold is actively trying to avoid. So, while the doors might seem closed from one side, it's really a mutual, unspoken understanding that their paths are destined to run parallel, but never intersect. So, in the end, the reason Asmongold refuses to collab with HasanAbi isn't because of some secret drama or personal hatred. It's a calculated, strategic decision rooted in brand identity and a deep understanding of his own community. Asmongold has carved out a space as the ultimate gaming escapist, and he guards that territory fiercely. A collaboration with Twitch's biggest political streamer would be like mixing oil and water, two powerful elements that simply do uncombine. It's a testament to how diverse the streaming world has become, where two of its biggest stars can thrive in completely separate ecosystems, representing two completely different ideas of what it means to be a content creator. They are two kings of two different kingdoms, and for now, the borders will remain closed. What do you think? Is Asmongold right to protect his community from politics, or should he use his platform for more than just gaming? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love diving into the stories behind the biggest names on the internet, make sure you follow LoreLab Tokyo for more. We've got new videos coming out all the time, breaking down the lore you need to know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.